Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 9, Appearance of Demon Vritrasura, verse number 26 and 27. Yona sapatner bhisham artyamanan devarshi tiryandrishu nitya eva Kritavatarastanubhi swamayaya Kritvatmasat pati yuge yuge cha Tameva devam vayamatma daivatam Param pradhanam purusham vishwamanyam Vrajama sarve sharanam sharanyam Swanam sanodhasyati sammahatma. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. By His inconceivable internal potency, the Supreme Personality of Godhead expands into various transcendental bodies as Vamanadeva, the incarnation of strength among the demigods, Parashurama, the incarnation among saints, Narsimhadeva and Varaha, incarnation amongst animals, and Matsya and Kurma, incarnations among aquatics. He accepts various transcendental bodies among all types of living entities, and among human beings he especially appears as Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. By his causeless mercy, he protects the demigods, who are always harassed by the demons. He is the supreme worshipable deity of all living entities. He is the supreme cause, represented as the male and female creative energies. Although different from this universe, he exists in his universal form, Virata Rupa. In our fearful condition, let us take shelter of him, for we are sure that the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Soul, will give us his protection. Purport. In this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is ascertained to be the original cause of creation. Sridhar Swami, in his commentary Bhavartha Deepika, replies to the idea that Prakriti and Purusha are the causes of the cosmic manifestation. As stated here in Param Pradhanam Purusham Vishwamanyam, he is the supreme cause, represented as the male and female creative energies. Although different from this universe, he exists in his universal form, Virata Rupa. The word Prakriti, which is used to indicate the source of generation, refers to the material energy of the Supreme Lord, and the word Purusha refers to the living entities who are the superior energy of the Lord. Both the Prakriti and Purusha ultimately enter the Supreme Lord, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Prakritim yanti mamikam. Although Prakriti and Purusha superficially appear to be the causes of the material creation, both are emanations of different energies of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the Supreme Lord is the cause of Prakriti and Purusha. He is the original cause, Sarva Karana Karanam. The Naradiya Purana says, Avikaropi Paramaha Prakritistu Vikarini Anupravishya Govindaha Prakritischabhi Dhiyate. Both the Prakriti and Purusha, which are inferior and superior energies, are emanations from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As explained in the Bhagavad Gita, Gama Vishya, the Lord enters the Prakriti and then the Prakriti creates different manifestations. The Prakriti is not independent or beyond his energies. Vasudeva, Lord Sri Krishna, is the original cause of everything. Therefore, the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord also says, Aham eva asam eva agre. Only I existed before the creation. This is confirmed in the Brahmanda Purana as follows. Smritir avyavadhanena prakrititvam iti stitihi ubhayatmaka sutitvad Vasudeva parapuman prakriti purushad cheti shabder ekobhidhiyate. To generate the universe, the Lord acts indifferently. To generate the universe, the Lord acts indirectly as the Purusha and directly as the Prakriti. Because both energies emanate from Lord Vasudeva, the all-pervasive Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is known as both Prakriti and Purusha. Therefore, Vasudeva is the cause of everything. Sarvakarana Karanam. So in this chapter 9 of 6th canto, the appearance of demon Vritrasura. So we know the story how the demon appeared. Indra, he killed his priest because he was chanting the mantras favoring the demons. So Indra becomes very afraid and kills him, and then his father becomes upset because his son is killed. So his father, Twashta, is performing a sacrifice by which a personality will be born who will kill Indra, because Indra killed his son, that is Vishvarupa. So Vishvarupa was the priest that Indra had engaged, and he killed his own priest because he was favoring the demons. So Twashta, his father, performs a yagna. And as we read that in the yagna, this is the importance of chanting the Vedic mantras accurately. He chanted the mantra, Indra Shatro Vivardhasva. And he was supposed to chant it short, but he chanted it long. And because of this small difference of chanting it short to long, the meaning of the mantra became opposite. Twashta, when he chanted the mantra Indra Shatro Vivardhasva, Indra Shatro means the Shatru of Indra, Vivardhasva, may increase. So from the yagna, a personality would be born who would be a Shatru of Indra, who would be the enemy of Indra. But because he chanted it long instead of chanting it short, the meaning became opposite. Meaning became, Indra will become the Shatru of that personality. So now somebody asked me, what's the difference? Whether he becomes the Shatru of him or Indra becomes the Shatru of him, what is the difference? They did not understand this. Quite a reasonable question. So it is like this. Personality and Indra. If this personality, Twashta, wanted to be the enemy of Indra, then he will kill him because he is the enemy. So the personality was supposed to be born as enemy of Indra, means he would kill Indra because he is the enemy. But now what happened? Indra became his enemy. So now because Indra has become his enemy, Indra will kill him. So you see how the meaning has changed? Instead of he killing Indra, he becoming so powerful that he would kill Indra, Indra got all the power by that yagna, and Indra finally killed him, Vritrasura. That's why Vritrasura was such a powerful demon. It is said that when Vritrasura appeared, he was so fearful and so huge and gigantic that the demigods felt that the entire creation would be destroyed, not just the universe, the entire creation. But Indra managed to kill him because the yagna was performed like that. So Vritrasura has appeared. So now Indra and all the devatas are seeing this personality, and they have no clue from where he has appeared and how he has appeared. And they all become very, very afraid. And now they have taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead for protection. So this is the mantra so in this shloka, this is the prayer of Indra to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. They are offering prayers, seeking protection, seeking shelter from Lord Narayana. So here in this prayer, we read this prayer, how Krishna is the cause of all causes. He is the cause of Purusha. He is the cause of Prakriti. Purusha is a superior living entity, the spirit soul, and the ultimate Paramam Purusham is Krishna. And Prakriti is this material manifestation. So all that we see in this material world is a combination of Purusha and Prakriti, because we are also small Purushas. So the origin of Purusha and Prakriti is the Supreme Lord. Like that, the prayer starts off, and then Indra is praying to the Lord that, so how do you begin a prayer? You start glorifying the Supreme Lord. So Indra is glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Narayana. He says that, my dear Lord, O Lord Narayana, you are inconceivable. So, we try to understand God, but actually God can be understood only by bhakti. God cannot be understood by our material logic, by our material intelligence. That's why Indra is saying, you are inconceivable. And so Krishna's name is Achintya. Achintya means he cannot be understood. That's why he is inconceivable. Krishna has another name to explain how he is inconceivable is Adhokshaja. Akshaja means these senses. Akshaja means the eyes. It also refers to all the senses, the 5 senses that we have to acquire knowledge. But Krishna's Adhokshaja means he is beyond these 5 senses. So he is inconceivable, because we can only conceive something which is within our intellect, which we can understand through our senses, eyes, ears, nose, and all those 5 senses. But Krishna is beyond them. That's why he is inconceivable, and that's why Krishna is called Adhokshaja. So Indra is praying, you are inconceivable. All the pastimes of Krishna is also inconceivable. So many wonderful pastimes Krishna performed, lifting the Govardhan hill, killing when he was just 7 years old, killing the demon Putna when he was just 3 months old. So all these are the inconceivable pastimes of Lord. And then he also says that Indra is praying that you expand yourself into different transcendental bodies. All the list of incarnations are mentioned here. Krishna expands himself into all these bodies. And then he also says, you are the cause of all causes. And Krishna himself declares in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I am the source of all material and spiritual world, and from me everything emanates. So, as we know that understanding Krishna, who's the cause of all causes, is the most important thing a human being should be engaged in. We are all so busy trying to understand different things happening in the material world. Why this happened, why that happened, why this is like that, why that is like that. We are doing PhDs, research. They're considered to be the best of the scholars. And in the PhD, what are we doing? We're trying to find the causes for different things. Why it is like this, trying to explain something. But actually, real intelligence means trying to find the ultimate cause. Because if that ultimate cause does not exist, then none of these things would exist. So we are finding this material creation so wonderful, so unique, so inconceivable. Even this tiny planet Earth has got so many inconceivable, wonderful things. And we are so marveled and bewildered by these wonderful things. Imagine the person who created it, how powerful and how intelligent he will be. So actually, just trying to understand the immediate cause is not very intelligent. Trying to understand the ultimate cause is real intelligence. Just like a simple example, in a train which is moving, it has got 10 bogies. If a person sitting in bogie number 9 is trying to understand why bogie number 10, a person is if he's trying to understand why my bogie is moving so wonderfully and I'm proceeding towards my destination, and if he tries to find the immediate cause, he will know it's because bogie 9 is pulling me. And like that, if someone is sitting in bogie 9 and he's trying to find out why am I moving so fast and how wonderfully I'm moving, it's because bogie 8 is pulling him. But actually, these are all immediate causes. The ultimate cause for the existence of the train and for the purpose of the train's existence is the engine. And beyond the engine, there is nothing else. The engine is the cause of all causes. So a train becomes meaningless without an engine. And all the meaning that is there in all the 10 bogies and people inside the train and all the things that's happening in the train is because of the engine. Engine is what is the main invention, is the main find, is the main thing to understand. So in the same way, Krishna is the cause of aham sarvasya prabhavo, matta sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me. Whatever we see is emanating from Krishna. Brahma is also saying Krishna is the sarva karana karanam. He is the karana, sarva karana karanam, of cause of all causes. So we must all try to understand God and His wonderful creations, keeping God as the reference. So like this, he is offering prayer. Now, why is he offering this prayer? He is saying we are offering prayer. We are seeking for shelter and protection. It ends like this, the prayer. In our fearful condition, let us take shelter of Him. For we are sure that the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Soul, will give us His protection. So, in our fearful condition, let us take shelter of Him, for we are sure that the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Soul, will give us His protection. Krishna also says, just take shelter of me, surrender to me, I will give you full protection, do not fear. Sarva dharman parityajya maam ekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshashyami ma shuchaha. So if you want to be fearless, we just have to surrender to Krishna. So here the Devatas are surrendering to the Supreme Lord Narayana and they are offering their prayers. So now, Devatas, Indra is no ordinary Devata. He's on the heavenly planet. He's the king of the entire demigods. Even he is afraid. He's not an ordinary person. So this is the nature of the material world. Whether you are the king, not only a king of this planet Earth, the king of the heavens is afraid. And why the king of heaven is also afraid? King of heaven must be a very wonderful, comfortable life, isn't it? King has a very wonderful life. And Indra, the king, not an ordinary, even he is afraid. The reason because everyone is afraid in this material world. Even an animal is afraid. A small insect is afraid. A small ant is afraid. We see many times, a bird is pecking at some grains. It pecks one grain and then looks left and right. Again pecks at one more grain. Again is looking left and right, afraid that somebody will come and catch him, kill him, afraid. Once Prabhupada was giving a talk in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan there are a lot of monkeys. So while he was talking, one monkey entered his room. Actually, not a monkey, it was a baby monkey. The monkey, mother monkey and the baby monkey were there. And the windows bars are, some size and the baby is very small. So through those two bars, one baby managed to enter. And the moment the baby entered, baby hasn't got so much of intelligence, the mother becomes very afraid. And the mother is shouting, screaming, making sound, trying to shake the bars, and all the devotees are watching. And then they somehow try to push that baby monkey outside the window. And then the mother took it and went away. So, see, a small, insignificant being to Indra, everyone is afraid in this material world. And the reason, as Bhagavatam gives us, tells us, is because the place that we are living in is not natural to us. It's a foreign place. So in a foreign place, in a place which is not natural to our existence, fear is certain. Just like Prabhupada gives an example. When he was going on the ocean, in the sea, on the ship is a very safe place, right? In an ocean, you're comfortably seated. But many times there are storms, there are fog. When there is storm, the ocean becomes very turbulent. And then everyone becomes afraid. And when there's fog, again the ship stops. And the ship is sounding, gong, 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 because it's afraid that another ship will come and they will collide. So Prabhupada is explaining, in an ocean, although you are in a ship, you will always be afraid. Because the ocean is not your natural position. When you're on land, you will not be so afraid. Because land in your house is your natural position. So in the same way, we are not in our natural position, whether on this planet Earth or in Indraloka or even in the highest material planet Brahmaloka. This is the material universe. We are spirit souls. A spirit soul is supposed to stay in the spiritual world serving Krishna. And if we are not there, no matter how rich we are, how intelligent we are, how capable we are, how good a job we have, the very fact that we are in this material world, we will be afraid. So, we must always be making a plan that how can if I want to be really fearless, I have to be in the spiritual world, I have to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then no matter what we are, in whatever position we are, automatically fearlessness. The best example is Prahlad Maharaj. Just a small boy, 5-year-old, but is completely fearless. He hasn't got some big, material education or anything like that, but he is fearless because he was engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. So many things he went through, he's completely fearless. It's so difficult. Imagine a small boy of 5 years, he's put into a pit of poisonous snakes, fearless. He's being pierced, he's being stamped by an elephant, fearless. He's being pierced by tridents, fearless. He's being thrown from a cliff of a mountain, fearless. He fearlessly drank poison also. Imagine. So only by being a devotee. And on the other hand, if you see his father, Hiranyakashipu, he conquered Indra. He has all the wealth, all the power, everything, but full of fear. So, in the material world, fearful situations are common. The existence is like that. But all that we need to know, a soul, that's why the spiritual world is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means a place where there is no fear, there is no anxiety. Material world is full of fear and anxiety for everyone. So, how do we create a fearless situation in the material world? This is our unnatural position, right? Material world is unnatural, like ocean is unnatural. But now I want to be fearless in this unnatural position, in this unnatural situation. How can I do that? Because the Supreme Lord, so we can do that by taking strong shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God is, even though we are in an unnatural position, if we take strong shelter of His lotus feet, we can become fearless even in this material existence which is full of fear. Bhaktivedanta Thakur has written in one song very nicely. He says, he's describing Supreme Lord's 2 lotus feet very nicely. And he says, if you take shelter of this lotus feet of Krishna, then you will become fearless. So he says, Ashoka Abhaya Amrita Adhara Tomara Charana Dvaya Your charana dvaya, your two lotus feet, is what? It is the source of Ashoka, Abhaya, Amrita. Ashoka. Ashoka means there is no shoka, there is no lamentation. There's no sorrow. Ashoka and Abhaya. It is fearless. It's a place where there is no fear. And Amrita, Adhar. And they are the basis for Amrita. Or like not only it's fearless, you will get nectar at his lotus feet. And so what will I do? Tahate ekhono vishrama labhiya. Now I will take shelter, I will take rest at your lotus feet. Chadinu bhavera bhaya. And in this way, this bhava bhaya, the fear of this material existence, bhava, I will be able to give up. So Ashoka abhaya, Amrita adhar, Tomara charana dvaya, Tahate ekhono, Vishrama labhiya, Chadinu bhavera bhaya. So how do we take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna? Very simple. To take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, the practical method to take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna is by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada says in one letter he is writing, you must strongly take shelter he is writing to a devotee, that you must strongly take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, and that you can do by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Because there is no difference between the lotus feet of Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna. It is one and the same. Krishna is present in this world in the form of his holy name. So I'll read a few quotes of Prabhupada. The sound of the Lord is identical with the Lord, as we have tried to explain. The material existence of our present status is full of fear. Out of the 4 problems of material existence, namely the food problem, the shelter problem, the fear problem, and the mating problem, the fear problem gives us more trouble than the others. So eating, sleeping, mating, defending, the 4 miseries of the material world. Defending or fearing is giving us more problem, gives us more trouble than others. We are always fearful due to our ignorance of the next problem. Another reason of fear, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The whole material existence is full of problems, and thus the fear problem is always prominent. This is due to our association with the illusory energy of the Lord, known as Maya or external energy. Yet, all fear is vanquished as soon as there is the sound of the Lord, represented by his holy name, as it was sounded by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the following 16 words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We can take advantage of these sounds, and be free from the threatening problems of material existence. So just by chanting this mantra, Prabhupada is writing, fear is vanished as soon as there is sound. So actually, if you become afraid, just chant and hear. Immediately you will feel a sense of fearlessness if you are hearing. It doesn't take long. It's not that you have to do a long practice to become fearless. Lot of chanting you have to do. Prabhupada is writing, all fear, not 1 or 2 fear, all fear is vanished. How long it takes to vanish? As soon as there is sound of the Lord. As soon as there is sound, all fear vanished. Just look at the meanings of these words. How significant it is. All fear vanished immediately. As soon as there is sound. So that's why if devotees focus on hearing the sound, vibrating it very clearly, distinctly, and hearing, instantly you will become fearless. It doesn't take long. Another quote. Chant Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. by their favor, by the favor of Panchatattva, by their mercy, we can chant Hare Krishna. And as soon as we chant Hare Krishna, we are Vasudev Parayana, there is no more fear. Again here Prabhupada is saying, as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, there is no more fear. So how as soon as you chant, no more fear, fearless? The whole world is full of fear. Everybody today, you can see what is the situation of the world. Everybody is so afraid. So many wars, so much unrest, so much of terrorism, so much this, natural calamity. In Kerala something happened, rain. Everybody is full of fear. As soon as you chant, fearlessness. Immediately. So, and then Prabhupada writes, as soon as you chant, no more fear, so you stick to this principle, do not forget. Don't deviate from it. Then everything is perfect and your life is successful. So it's like Prabhupada is stressing. Just like you have a stress, Harir Nama, Harir Nama, Harir Nama eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva na. There's a stress. Now here see Prabhupada's stress. He says, as soon as you chant, no more fear. Now how is Prabhupada stressing? You stick to this principle. First, stress. Second, do not forget. And third, don't deviate from it. And then what is the result? The result is everything is perfect and your life is successful. Everything becomes perfect. Last one. So this is confirmed in the Bhagavatam. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrachet. Simply by chanting, you can keep. If you follow the rules and regulations and chanting, you will not be victimized. You will not be victimized. You will make your progress without any fear. So Kali Yuga is an age full of fear and anxiety. It is the dark age. But as we know, we have heard it in Bhagavatam, this age is worshipped. It is glorified. It is better than Satyuga because the problem of fear, which gives us the maximum trouble, as Prabhupada is writing, out of the eating, sleeping, fearing and defending, has a very simple and easy solution, that we can become fearless as soon as we take shelter of the holy name. So here we see the Devatas, they become very afraid, full of fear, because the huge demon Vritrasura has appeared, and so they are taking shelter of Narayana, and Narayana is present in this age 24/7. Every moment Narayana is present in this holy name. We just have to hear the sound attentively, and as soon as we hear the sound, immediately we will become fearless. So we'll end here. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanand.